Guys, Delu Laguna, in regards to our goalkeeping situation, I've already said that, of course, there's a case for a keeper, but I do honestly believe the last thing we need to be fixing when you consider the certain other areas, fullback, there's a case for a centre half before another keeper, there's a case for two different sorts of centre mids before a keeper, a winger and a forward. So there's other priorities of higher levels that I believe need to be addressed before we sign a keeper. But someone in my comments asked me would I take Hart, and I've heard that quite a few times about 3 or 4 different videos. Someone said that, so clearly people must be thinking about it. So my take on it would be Joe Hart. I think he's a quality keeper. I do think, of course, because he's English. Every English player, it's a fact. Every English player is overrated to a degree. That doesn't mean, let's get this straight, because some people are not smart. You can be overrated and still be a good footballer. Being overrated doesn't mean that someone thinks you're crap. It just means that you're getting a bit more. Yeah, that lesson done. Joe Hart, I do think he's a quality keeper. He does make some clangers. He does make a lot of clangers, and pretty much every world-class player has claimed to score a memorable goal against him. We all remember Zlatan's and things like that. Like Czech, he's clearly got problems at near post. I do, to a degree, think Hart worries about everybody else's job before he actually does his own, which on one hand, it could be good because it means the keeper's aware, but on two, you need to do your job before you criticise other people. But I would take him if worse came to worse, and not even if worse came to worse. He's a good keeper. He's a good keeper. He's relatively young. I will take him. He's a leader. One thing I'll give him, I'll always give him. He's got elite mentality, very elite mentality, because he's a realist. When it came to the City situation, he handled it like a man. He firstly said, "I'll give it my all. I'll give it my all. I'll try my hardest. If I get in, I get in." Became clear nothing he could do. He wasn't scared to go on loan, let alone on loan. He went to another country. He went to another country. It wasn't the best of loans. He still had made some clangers and things like that. And they were never going to keep him permanently because, quite frankly, Torino can't afford Joe Hart. But he done very well, and he went to go and get games, and he wasn't scared, and he wasn't prepared to just wait around and collect a paycheck. You constantly hear him when the camera screen looks at the players in the tunnel. He's one of the most vocal. He's one of the most vocal on the pitch. Even if you remember at the World Cup when he was like, "Ball, get the fucking ball." Pardon my language to a ball boy. And that's what you need by a keeper, especially a team like Arsenal where we have 11 mouses. I wouldn't mind Hart because Hart is vocal. Hart has elite mentality. Hart is going to dig people out. Before Hart, of course, I'd love Pickford, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, in regards to this video, I'll take Hart. He's won titles, so he knows what it means to win titles. He's not afraid to fight for his spot. So if anyone else came in or a promising youngster came through, he's not afraid. That is elite mentality. He's English, so he'll join the English core. So and on top of that, he'll know the significance. He even said when he was growing up, the only teams growing up in Shrewsbury or whatever, he only knew really Arsenal, United. I can't be sure if he said Liverpool, but I definitely said the previous two. So he knows what it means. He knows the expectations. Like I've said, he's been at a big club. He's won title. He's won a Prem. And yeah, he's an England international. Well, I'd like to think he still is England #1, but there's a lot of keepers out there now that could claim that now with an iffy season from Hart. Fraser Foster's had a good season. Pickford's still young, but he looks promising. Butland's coming back from his injury. So yeah, who knows? But Joe Hart does look like a good player. He's in regard. I don't really do not understand why Pep got rid of him in the sense that when you look at hindsight, Joe Hart can't be any worse with his feet than Bravo. Like I know Hart's not the most exciting keeper in regards to these new age fans and ball playing and stuff like that, but he can do it when asked. He's a sensible guy. He's made some terrific saves. He's got terrific reflexes. He's very good from crosses and things like that. And he has the thing that impresses me the most is he's always aware of where he is in his area. Now that might sound stupid, but if you look at a lot of keepers, they have no awareness, especially when they're in the air of actually where they are. So I'll take that. At Arsenal, he would never improve his problems at near post and things like that because at Arsenal, our coaching just isn't good enough, especially the goalkeeping coaching. But yeah, guys, in conclusion, I would take Joe Hart if the offer came about. No more than 20 million. Joe Hart, it would be a no-brainer. No-brainer. The only sticking point could be wages. I don't know what he's on at City. I'm not a transfer expert and things like that. But naturally, City, bigger wages, healthier resources. You'd like to think it might not be nothing to them, but if he came here, he'd probably be top 5, maybe top 3 highest earners. I'll stand corrected, but he must be on like 100k plus. I'll be surprised if he's not. At Arsenal, we've got certain English. I want to be a winger / I want to be a striker / I want to wear number 14 when I should be wearing number 32 players on high contracts as well. So it wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, guys. in conclusion, I would take Joe Hart if the offer came about. I do believe we should fix some other areas, but yeah, Joe Hart for 20 million would be a no-brainer. Guys, I'm signing out. If you've got any opinions, get in the comments. Yeah, socials, DGooner04 on Snapchat, DeludeGooner04 and everything else. You guys know this. I'm out, guys.